And we're back.
What's up, guys?
Welcome to Amateur Audiophile. I'm Justin.
I'm Neil.
What's up, brother?
What's up, man?
Doing all right?
I can't complain.
All right. We're back again for another episode. And this is part 2 of reviewing your home setups.
We got so many responses. We felt like it was our duty to really give it justice, and everybody that sent us their stuff. We really do appreciate it. So we really wanted to make sure we didn't leave nobody untouched, or kind of
I want to
arrest people. And we just didn't have enough time last time to really look at them all.
We didn't. We can only record for so long before Chris tells us that we have to go home. And so what we did was we had to cut it short, and we're going to have to do the same thing again today. We have gotten so many submissions. This is just going to be part 2. I know there's going to be a part 3. And so what we're going to be doing is we're going to do a review show and then a normal show, which we did. So this is the next following episode. We had an episode between one and this episode. And so our next episode will be another normal episode. And then once we get maybe 10 more stacked up and ready to go, we'll do another one. So with that being said, thank you for your submissions. We really appreciate it, guys. So
awesome.
Chris is going to pull up our first tribute here. Got some audio with this one. Oh, it's the video. Nice. There we go. All right. Looks like a small room here. Whoa, that's a big screen for a tiny room. Look at that. That's a nice, clean setup.
It's clean. Little speakers, though.
Yeah, but look how small the room is. Looks like he's got some smart home stuff there going on.
I love that backdrop, though,
That's cool, man.
Come on, man. Sitting at that bridge right there.
It's got the drop shades down. That is a tiny room.
That is pretty small, though.
I wonder what, I don't know if I got the specs on this one or not, but that looks like at least an 80-inch.
I do love how he's got that 007 lined up across this DVD.
That's pretty cool.
That's pretty dope. That must be a pretty fancy collector's edition.
He's got looks like a beanbag. He's got a couch that takes up half the room and looks like some pretty plush carpet there. So I'd say the sound treatments there are pretty good. So nice, simple little setup. I like it. I approve. Oh, all right. On to the next one. This fan is drying out my eyes again.
Don't cry.
These are just so beautiful. Oh, so we have a before picture here.
Oh, yeah.
Got a window up top, some slanted ceilings. Let's see what the after looks like. Snap. Is that the same room?
That is wild.
There's no way that's the same room. It looks bigger now.
I don't think it looks bigger, no.
You sure?
I don't think it looks bigger.
Maybe it's just the colors.
That's just you imagine it. I think it's because the picture was like zoomed out on that last one.
I think you did that on purpose.
Small picture, but
let me send them this before picture taken with my potato.
I wonder what kind of color that is. Looks like it's really hard to tell if it's actually a purple color or is it more of a gray color.
Or if it's just the reflection from the screen there. But that is dope, man. That is a kick-ass room. I love the colors. Looks like he painted the walls maybe like a dark gray or a black. There's not a lot of reflection.
I dig the ambient light.
Yeah.
That's one of the things that a lot of people kind of overlook, right? It's like, okay, we talk about the sound all the time, but you want something to pop like this. I mean, look, there's like LED strips that go up next to the door in the wall.
Those sound treatments on the wall? Is the wall treated? Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Heck yeah, man.
Yeah, because you got all the way up in the corner, you see that one sound treatment that hooks the corner, and then we even use that to put some LEDs behind it to give us some wax sound lighting.
And he's got at least 2 rows of seating there. Nice.
In-wall speakers on the front.
And good job on setting this up to take this picture, because the scene on screen with the color lighting is cinematically beautiful. I like that. Good job, man. Just looks wise. I don't know what the setup is or anything, but with that setup, I'm sure he put a ton of
going from our last episode, though, I really would like to know what the Atmos setup is now.
I really would too.
How we got those height speakers set up.
All right, so this one we're gonna know what the setup is. So he's got an Epson 7000 4K projector, speakers, Canton Movie 75 5.1 setup, set ink powered sub, height speakers, C46s. He's got an Onkyo TXRN 646, a SkyQ, Blu-ray player, PS3, throwback.
I know, right?
How old is this one? Let's see what we got here. Oh, he's got a lighting control system.
Home assistant.
Nice. That's right up Chris's alley there.
That's something most people don't know about either.
Chris, feel free to throw down on this one. It's right up your alley.
so here's something that I kind of want to touch on to this, but we will actually get into this.
This is your thing.
Yeah, we got some future plans. So I personally have used home assistants. I set it up. I kind of got into it in the early stages, and I kind of dropped back out of it a little bit again. But we got some big plans. So hopefully, Chris, we're gonna make some big things happen with home assistant coming soon. So stay tuned.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, he's controlling his blinds with a digital motor controller and using home assistants and a dashboard that is customized.
Nice.
And so he's using a controller that's probably branded for his room.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yep, custom set. So that's you can do some pretty cool stuff with that. So.
And when you see this, send me a message. I want to see a video of that setup with your smart remote and everything. I want to kind of especially Neil. I know he's like, ooh, show me more. So. All right, so this is the same setup. So he's setting up for a 5.1.2, nice and simple. Planning everything ahead, nice. Okay, so he's gonna have all of his speakers behind this. Looks like he's doing some sound deadening, nice. Tray ceiling. Looks like he's gonna have some speakers and some lights set up there. Lights behind this. Okay, so this is what the room started as. Oh, nice.
So what does that do?
It looks like that's where he's going to run all of his speaker wires and stuff, and his wiring for his LEDs and everything.
But that's some weird channels right there.
Yeah, but look at the finished product, though.
I mean, it looks cool as heck, but I just don't know what it does. I'm not the installer guy, so.
No, I think that's where he's running all of his wires, so he didn't have to run everything inside the wall. Yeah, and he's going to put his projection screen on top of that.
That's pretty smart.
I've not seen that done before. That's actually brilliant. Oh, okay. Now it makes sense. This is not the same room. Nice.
I'm actually about to do something very similar to that.
Yes, you are.
In Katie's office. Yeah.
That is sick. Okay, go back to that last picture.
So yeah, so now I see
I'm
where
more
he's
intrigued.
going. Yeah. So you kind of see where he went with this now.
Yes, he did.
Where he took some 2x4s and laid them flat to just give it enough of an air gap in between it to do everything behind, and then basically build another wall over that.
Yeah, so he knew that he was going to do an accent wall with some tongue and groove. And so he's like, well, instead of drilling through my wall and stuff, I'm just going to run the speaker wires and all my electrical wires and everything just right behind the accent wall. That's smart. This dude must be a carpenter, or at least had a dad that was a carpenter. That's clean. That's one of those picture frame TVs like Chris has been wanting for the office.
I don't think I was quite ready yet either. I think that piece right there is probably going to be our equipment rack too.
Probably. Let's see. Is there? I can't remember.
Some more pictures. Yep, there it is.
Oh, nice.
Now we're talking.
Dude, that's about it. I mean, you can't get any cleaner than that.
So I love the aesthetics of that setup. Let's start with that, right?
Yeah.
I've tried this myself before by putting the subs like that. And unfortunately for me, that didn't work because I love the way that looked. Like
it looks so good. I mean, it looks like a picture out of a magazine.
It's great. I love the way that looks. But unfortunately for me, the sub placement like that was terrible.
Yeah.
I got huge knolls in the room that were in the worst place you could possibly think.
Right.
And I tried to adjust some of those with moving my phase around in the subs, and I ended up actually having to move the subs around and put them in spaces where they didn't look as nice, but it served more of a function. So again, you got to ask yourself, form of a function, what do you want?
Yeah.
What are you looking for, right? Do you want it to look killer, or do you want it to sound the best it can possibly sound, and then kind of compensate off with some of the looks to it? So, but looks wise, I mean, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
I love the accent wall. I mean,
that should be like a wife approved. Oh, okay. Look, so he's modified it a little bit. So now he's added the front heights, and he's moved his subs out to the corners.
That probably does help.
For that.
Does probably help. Yep, that makes it better.
That's a nice upgrade. Okay.
And look at that nice tilted end. See
So
how
then
he's
he
got 'em-
moved. So he got rid of the front heights, and now he's got his Atmos speakers.
But look at that.
And they're in the corners.
Is there 2 speakers in the ceiling, or is that lights? That's really hard to tell in that picture. Because it looks like there's the 4 ceiling.
I think those
mounted
are speakers.
But then is there some inset ceiling speakers? Or
I think there are. I think they're in the
lights?
center. So can we pull that up full screen? No, I mean, like, go to camera 1. There we go. Yeah, those are speakers.
Yeah, those are speakers.
So being straight overhead, you can go down like that, like we talked about in the last episode.
So he did exactly what we talked about in the last episode. He's got the front and rear heights pointed at him, and then the 2 heights right up above him, pointing straight down with the in-ceiling speakers. That to me is the perfect setup.
Yeah.
That should give you me
not
the
spending a fortune to do it either.
100%.
And he's not having to butcher up his ceilings and all kind of stuff. Like, yeah, that's a nice setup. He did a good job there. And I think the next slide is actually a list of all of his components. So here it is now. So this is updated. He's got the chain. Is that how you pronounce that? Left, center, right speakers replaced by their 700 series cousins. Height speakers have been relocated to the tops. Additional seating has been added. Nice. This is not a dedicated theater by any stretch. Yeah. I mean, it looks like a regular living room. It is super clean. I'm sure his wife is okay with that. Okay, here we go. Extensive research. Brand speakers limited. And then he went with, he's got the SVS PB2000. Ridiculously low. Nice. Can't go wrong with the SVSs. Okay, now I remember this one. So this guy sent me updated pictures here. So thanks for that. This is the video tour that we did last time. The guy that had the drop down panel between this room and his kitchen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So this is his upgraded equipment. Look at those freaking subwoofers, dude.
Yeah, those are massive. That's
I don't know if he included. I think he just sent me a couple of pictures. I don't know if he included what those were. those look like custom builds.
I guess when the subwoofers get that big, hopefully
yeah. And then I think he's got 2 more in the back too. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. See that would help with those nulls then too. You probably wouldn't have those nulls.
Oh look, he's got those angled speakers that we were talking about on the last episode for his rears.
But technically, I mean they're set up as the rears, not as heights though. So I mean he's just using those for rears. But I mean no qualms about that.
No, definitely. Man, that's such a cool room. I'm jealous of that room, man. Like I love that. That's one of my favorite setups that we've done. I have no information on this. This guy sent me this picture. He was gonna send me more information. He just wasn't able to get it to me in time. But I just thought this room was just super clean. That white couch is just like it's like Miami Vice, man. Looks like he's got some Atmos speakers in the ceiling.
Looks like there's another couch behind it too, though.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, there's a little riser right there, and there's a black couch behind it.
And he's got a little bar area over there on the left. That's a nice clean setup, and I love the color on the ceiling. A white ceiling, you're just always going to get so much reflection of light on there.
Especially if you have a projector.
Definitely, man. Like charcoal gray, black, flat black, if you can get away with it, is definitely the way to go on that. Because I mean, look, we've got white walls in here, and I mean, obviously we're using this as accent lighting, but there's so much reflection of light in here, it's hard for us to control. And we have controlled lighting in this room. And so having, when you're sitting there watching a movie and you've got a white sheet right on top of you, everything that comes off of that screen is going to reflect off of that white ceiling.
Yeah.
And so that's one of the things like I see where visually, we talk mostly about audio, but you want to touch on visual stuff every once in a while. Visually, that's where a lot of people mess up is their room is too bright and there's not enough lighting control.
Sure.
Whether they're letting in light from other rooms, they're letting in light from outside if they're trying to watch a movie during the day, or if they're just leaving their ceiling white.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's one of the big, like I would rather have color on the ceiling and have the walls lighter than to paint the walls darker and leave the ceiling white.
Yeah, and light control is a big thing, like especially if you want to watch something during the day. And like I have that issue at my house. I have a window that I had the blinds in front of it, and then I like double curtained it.
Yeah.
Because it's like right where the sun goes down on the backside of my house, and like I'll try to watch something like, right now with the sun going down so late, you're 7, 8 o'clock, you're trying to watch something, and that light's just blasting right into that window. So like, I literally have like 3 layers over that window almost.
Yeah, especially if your windows are facing west.
So it kills that window for me, of course, because I can't use it now, right? Because I got something like covered over it, 3 different layers.
Yeah,
so
that's
I can't
why
get to it now.
If I'm sound treating a room, I like to build a panel that goes over and covers the entire window. And so it's double duty. It's blocking the light completely. And then at the same time, you're also stopping the reflection that you're going to get off of the glass, which is typically where you're going to get more reverberation than anywhere else in the room, is off of the window. And so typically what I like to do is if especially if we're building the room out from scratch, is I'll set it up to where I'll extend the windowsill out and give us more of a shelf there. And then the trim on top, I'll put like a little, like a cleat on there. And so the sound panel will go up and slide into that cleat on the top, and then you push it against the windowsill and it'll hold it tight and it'll stay there. And then we cover that with whatever material that we're using, either for the rest of the sound panels, or if they're going to have curtains over that, we'll match it to the curtain color.
Yeah, I guess you just put like a decorative curtain over it, and
you won't be able to
see that that's even there.
Yeah,
it's not a bad idea.
No, it's a great idea. So that's because a lot of times your window is going to be like right in the middle, either behind your TV or on the opposing wall from your TV, and your light's going to be coming right at the TV.
Yeah, 100%.
So let's zoom in on that from Carson.
7.3.4. So we got 3 subs in that place. That's how I like it.
I wonder how was it front, center, and then maybe, or
you've got
2 front corners and maybe the rear center.
Got some Emotiva amps. I like that.
Shout out to Emotiva.
Spot, I mean, their stuff is baller. NVIDIA Shield
from right here in Tennessee too.
Don't see those much anymore.
No.
I have an NVIDIA Shield too. I like it. I personally, I guess I prefer it over Apple TV, but I know that's I'm treading carefully when I say that. So.
Yeah. Yeah, and then we got all Polk stuff, which obviously I'm a fan of.
85-inch Sony TV. That's the X85. That's the OLED one, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that's a badass TV right there.
That's like a $4,000 TV, $5,000 TV.
I'm not sure. I haven't bought a TV in a while. And then
dual 18s.
Kicking it, man. So what, he's got 2 18s, and what's the third?
He had 2 15s and 2 18s. Look at it right there. You got the monoprice monolith M18 ×2, and you got the PSA.
Oh, he's got 2 separate 15s and then a dual 18 setup.
God dang.
And then a custom DIY rack. I always love it when I see DIY anything.
So when you got subs like that, you still need bass shakers in the couch or no?
Why the hell not? Here's his setup. Dude.
Yeah, that's the setup right there.
Holy crap. Look at the size of those subs in that room. So this is another setup where he's got his ceiling speakers hanging down. And
pointing at that 30-degree angle. Perfect. I mean,
those are going to sound better than in-ceiling speakers every single time. 100%. Anything with the cabinet's always going to sound better. So I hate in-wall and in-ceiling speakers. That's why I always enclose them.
So me personally, I do have 4 heights, but I got 2 on the front, right up above on the wall in bookshelves, and then I got the 2 height right up above me. So that's kind of the setup I got at my house. But that setup's, I mean, especially for the space that they had. The way that room is set up, I mean, you can see that's a regular living room.
Yeah, it is.
Right, and so,
not a big room either.
No, I mean,
was he just got 4 recliners in there?
It's what it looks like.
4 theater seats.
No, that middle one's a couch. I've seen.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's like a recliner couch, but it's got
I used to have one of those. Yep.
And it has like a little table instead of a seat, and you can flip it up to make it back to a seat.
I used to have the exact same couch. I recognize it now. You can see 4 people there. And it's they've got wedges in between where
it's supposed to be 3.
Around. No, there's 4 seats.
Really?
And so the middle one is almost like a love seat, and it recline. All 4 of them recline.
Oh.
Yeah.
Last one I looked at was 3, but yeah, whatever.
That's I had one of those I don't know, like 10 or 11 years ago, and it's super comfortable. And you got 4 recliners all right there together.
You know those Monoprice subs. That's another company that people don't really know about much. Is Monoprice.
I see them a lot, like in the forums and the Facebook groups and stuff.
That's
guys
not
talking about
I
them.
mean, I don't know that you can find those out in the wild, like a Best Buy or anything like that. I
No, I
think they
don't
sell
think
them
so.
anywhere else. I think the only place you can buy them is from Monoprice directly.
I mean, the same with the Emotiva.
Yeah, probably
Yeah,
so.
it's direct only. So, no, that's a cool setup there. That's that guy likes to party.
I mean, to be able to integrate that into a living room like that, I think is outstanding.
Yeah. No, like that was not.
That's-
That didn't even look like a living room. That looked like a den, like off of the kitchen or something.
But that's the hardest thing to do is to take a setup like that and make that functional.
Yeah, it's that room looks like it was built for comfort too. It's 4 recliners in there. You're like, yeah, this is where we're eating dinner. So, it's definitely one of those rooms. So cool. Was that the last one, Chris? I couldn't remember. Yeah. So yeah, this is we threw those together from what was left over. So y'all keep those coming in. I've still got a list of a few to put on for the next episode, but we wanted to throw this in between our 2 normal episodes. And then, so we want to hit those real quick while we were here and get those out to you guys because y'all really enjoyed that last episode. And I mean, you got 2 dudes sitting here kissing your butt, talking about how awesome your sound systems are that you put a lot of time and money into. So
Yeah, I mean, a lot of these systems got me put to shame. So
it's got me wanting to go back here and start modifying my stuff again and get this room back here finished.
after last episode, I went home and I told my wife, I was like, babe. We got some work to do. We're gonna have to step up our game.
Yeah. I mean, dude, yeah. I mean, a lot of these dudes put us to shame, dude. And like, we talk about this stuff on a weekly basis, and I install this stuff, and you deal with it every day at the pawn shop. And
I
it's
don't let
like,
it deal with that stuff at the pawn shop every day. That's a blue moon type item.
well,
at the
yeah,
pawn shop.
not to that level. I'm saying, but like equipment and stuff. So like, you and I both need to step up our game a little bit. I've always been to the point where it's just like everybody's stuff that I work on is always better than mine.
I feel like I need to start with the minimum, at least paint my ceiling black now, right?
Hey, let's get it done, man. It's what was the name of that? It's like a velvet black. Somebody's gonna know as soon as you're listening to this. I know you're gonna put it in the comments.
Save it for the next podcast where you talk about it, and then you do some content where Neil's painting the actual ceiling.
Yes, yeah, we need to go paint your ceiling. It makes so much of a difference, man. We need to paint your ceiling and put 2 sound clouds up there for you. That's where it's at. You don't have any sound panels in there, do you?
No, I'm in a den with a drop ceiling.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah, so you don't have sheetrock up there anyways.
I don't.
Okay. Well, that's easy to paint.
Yeah, and
We
then
should pull those panels out and take them outside and spray them.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's just a pain in the ass to take them outside. Like
Yeah,
pull them all out.
it's better than trying to paint it inside and cover up everything, though.
Oh yeah, hands down. It'd definitely be a lot easier, but
Yeah, that sounds like a good project. Chris just volunteered himself. Thanks, Chris.
heck yeah.
We can't show what Chris just did off camera. No, that's for real. I mean, that's it's crazy how much it'll motivate you, like looking at what other people do.
I know.
And we know how much. It's not like we're just sitting here like, oh, it must be nice. Like I know what that. No, we know what it takes to build that stuff. Like it's not easy.
No,
'cause
it's
every single one of those that was sent to us was built.
so I really like going back to that one guy that we started building the wall and everything. You really kind of saw the progression of like, here's where he started. He did the build, then he did this, then he converted over to this. So it was like an evolving process.
Yeah.
And that's really what all this is for most people. Most of us don't have a budget to just throw $100,000 at the wall and say, build me the ultimate home theater.
Exactly.
We kind of start bit by bit and kind of get into it and more interested, and we buy this and we buy this and kind of make it better as we progress. So,
Right.
That's really one of the goals for me, I guess, to really,
Yeah.
I still pop on Facebook Marketplace every once in a while, look at some of the stuff that's on there.
I get notifications for it all the time. That's all I get is studio camera equipment and home audio equipment.
Yeah,
And it's
I got the notifications for that turned off because otherwise.
No, man, I'll just go out and spend a bunch of money because there's so many good deals out there if you know where to look. But it's, like we talked about in the last episode when we were talking about all the Atmos stuff and why most Atmos systems are not tuned properly because they're not installed right. If you really want everything to be like to this level, all these are built by these guys because it's their passion. These are all DIY setups, and like that's where you're really gonna see
most of them are. I think some of them were at a level where I'd say they were probably professionally done.
I know in the last episode there was a couple, but the guy that built them was the guy that sent them to me.
Shout out. I would love to know the one that had like the purple looking walls with the LEDs in the wall inset. I mean that was like installed to perfection. I wonder if that was done by an installer or was that done by an individual?
Like I said, I don't know. I just got the picture. But with the before picture that he sent me, I'm thinking that he built that himself.
I mean, just because I live there, when I hire you to build that for me.
I know, but I'm saying like from the way that he sent it to me, it's almost like it was a do-it-yourself type thing. But you know who you are. Leave a comment. Let us know. So I'm sure he'll send me a message and probably send some more pictures, just like all these other guys did. It's like people send you pictures of their kids. They're like, this is when he was 2. This is when he won soccer. It's like, that's why I love the AVS forum, man. Is like you go in there and there's like build series that you can go in and follow. And on forums, it's like, why has Facebook not figured this out? Because everybody's on Facebook in these groups now. And this is where I connect with most of you guys. And it's like, it's not structured like it is on the forums. You know, your forum, you have a build series. Well, you go into the same group on Facebook and it's just whoever had the last comments is what's up there. And it's hard to keep track of somebody to update because you make a post. Well, if you want to update it, then you just have to leave comments.
I know. And there's been some of the groups that I follow as well where there's been a subject where people kind of been talking about certain things and you're kind of like, I'd like to know what some of the other things that have been said.
Yeah.
And I can't find it no more.
Right.
It's just lost.
It just gets muddled down when you try to search for it. And so like, I don't know if there was a place that we could go that's not like a forum, because nobody likes to go to like the website stuff anymore. Everything's on social media. I wish there was a better way that somebody could figure something out to where on Facebook you could follow like a build series without having to follow like just their specific page. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like in a group.
Yeah.
Because the updates get lost in the weeds and in the comments. Like when I was doing that really big build a few months back, everybody was asking for updates, but it's like you had to make a new post every time, because if you went into the original post and leave comments, it's just nobody can ever find it.
Yeah,
you know, it's only going to show you the last 10 comments. And so it's just kind of hard to keep up with. So like when these guys send me the links to their AVS forum page and you can follow it, and then that's where I got a lot of these pictures, was they would send me that link and then I would just save all the pictures.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, screenshot some of the setups and stuff. So somebody come up with that. I don't know. Chris, you're looking at me like you know what I'm talking about. We'll come in tomorrow. Chris will have it solved. So just give us 24 hours. I'm just kidding, Chris. I don't want to put any more on your plate. So, all right. Yeah. Well, that was another good one. We enjoyed that. I always love looking at you guys' stuff, and keeps us motivated for sure. So thanks for sending that stuff in. Keep it coming, because we're going to do another one later down the road as well. So you got anything else you want to add?
I think we got it summed up for today.
Cool. No, I'm going to go home and watch TV on my soundbar, because that's all I got right now until I move. I have to get me a nice set of headphones, I guess.
So when are we building you out a system at your house?
It's here now. That's all we got. I don't have a room to put it in now until we move, because we're remodeling the house right now, and it's going to go in the living room. So I know what I'm going to do with my accent wall now. Thanks, buddy.
There you go.
I know. Like really, I've been trying to figure out how I'm going to do the accent wall, and
right.
I'm planning on doing a drop down screen. We're going to have faux beams in the den. And so in one of the beams, I'm going to have it to where the screen drops down from inside the faux beam. So when we retract it, you don't see it hanging on the ceiling.
Fancy.
Yeah, so we're going to have that, and then one of those like flat electric fireplaces down on the bottom with a mantle. And I'm going to do built-in speakers into that accent wall, and then paint the grills the same color as the accent wall, so it all kind of blends in together. So that's gonna take a while.
So with the retractable screen like that, do they have one that's acoustically transparent? Does that exist?
That's what we talked about last time. So I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna have to push the speakers out or not. So that's something I should probably research.
Yeah, I don't know if that exists or not. I've never seen
Yeah,
that.
I know we brought it up before, and I was supposed to research it and never did. I'm sure somebody does. I mean, I don't know why they wouldn't. So
I'll just know for the
something for the next episode. I'll update you guys on my future build that is still not got the sheetrock finished in the room yet. So it's going to be months before we get that done. As a builder, I never get to work on my own crap. So, all right, on that note, we're going to get out of here. It is late here, so we're all going to get out of here. We've had nothing but burnt frozen pizza today.
Dang. You went there.
Sorry, Neil. Hey, at least it tasted better than it looked. So
I'm not the one that bought those cheap, shitty pizzas.
I just bought the oven. All right, guys. Thanks for joining us again. This is another episode of Amateur Audiophile. We will see you on the next one. I'm Justin.
I'm Neil.
All right. See you, buddy.
Appreciate you guys.